Westfield Park Road has been etched in my memory ever since I lived there in my 20s. I was at number 2 with some friends and we quite liked the place, but there was a problem. It was number 1. We shared a front door and several internal walls, but that was about all that we had in common. With neighbours like these, there was no hope of any peace and quiet. They'd play loud music at midnight. They'd wake us up as they came back from a night out. I still remember opening the door for one of them at 3 a.m. after he'd locked himself out. He didn't even apologise. I think he thought I was the butler. It's trivial really, but it struck a nerve. And all I wanted was a bit of peace. I wonder what comes into your mind when you hear that word peace. Maybe it's a beach somewhere in the sun with nothing but the sound of the ocean. Or one of those iconic news clips from history which show revelers celebrating the end of a war. Or John Lennon in his famous song Imagine, dreaming of all the people living life in peace. Whichever of those most resonates with you, it strikes me that for most of us, one of our biggest hopes, one of our deepest longings is for peace. For one thing, all of us would love to see peace out there, an end to conflict and crises around the globe. At times, my heart sinks when I turn on the news, and I'm sure yours does too. And most of us hope for peace in here too. We long for a break from the anxious soundtrack of thoughts that play in our mind like a record on repeat, for a solution to the regrets and responsibilities that keep us awake at night. And we hope for peace between us, in our relationships. I'm sure, like mine, your circle of family and friends has been marred by relational strife. It could be a couple who've stopped really talking or listening to one another, or a parent and a child whose every interaction is at risk of spiralling into an argument, or two old friends where a simple misunderstanding like a forgotten birthday or a lack of phone calls or a shortage of sympathy has made everything go cold. The absence of peace is so painful. It's all jagged edges and gaping silences and lingering regrets. But the presence of peace, well, that's truly beautiful. It's wholeness and harmony, it's completeness, prosperity, welfare, tranquility. It's safe. That's precisely the vision behind the Bible's word for peace, shalom. It paints a picture of a peace that is deeper and more far-reaching than the ceasefires we often settle for. Shalom is not just, it's okay, I get along with my neighbour and we don't hassle each other and we leave each other to get on with our lives. That would be pretty good. But shalom is one better. It's, I take delight in my neighbour. We so enjoy each other that we take the fence down between each other's gardens. We have barbecues together. We babysit each other's kids. That kind of peace would be beautiful. But is there any real hope of a world like that? Or is lasting peace only a pipe dream? That's what we're going to find out.